Tech Witch, Episode 105, Can You Keep a Secret? Written by Trey Livingston. Story by Damian Taylor and Trey Livingston. Narration by Caitlin Martin. The Voice. To surpass one's opponent, one must surprise their enemy. All we see is darkness. One by one, spheres of green light break through, revealing the impressions in the ship's hull. It comes to life as the base tech and witchling stand before it in awe. The ship's lights form a circle that opens and lowers, welcoming the base tech and witchling aboard. They take one last nervous look at each other. The witchling grips the book tight and reaches out for the base tech's hand. The base tech gladly reciprocates, and together they board the ship. The Voice. And the best surprises are always well-kept secrets before they finally take flight. As the ship slowly rises, hovering higher and higher above the murky waters below, an older witch warrior stealthily watches from behind some thick brush as the ship's door seals itself shut. Suddenly, a car door slams as Kylie exits the passenger side and her dad Jean gets out from behind the wheel, bringing us back to present day. Kylie and Jean walk towards Susie's cell phone superstore. Jean, know which one you want, sweetheart? Kylie, same kind as before, I think. Jean, sure you don't want an upgrade? Surprise, it's on me. Oh, Dad, thank you. But Kylie's excitement quickly fades when through the storefront window she sees a man inside with a gun aimed at the clerk. Kylie, not again. Jean steps in front of her with his hand raised, leveled on the robber. His fingers fiddle with the air as though he plays an invisible piano, all while whispers of an ancient incantation escape his lips at a nearly inaudible volume. Then he slyly whispers to Kylie, "Watch this." The robber jerks the gun forward in an attempt to scare the clerk, only for the gun to inexplicably fall apart. The would-be robber runs out the door only to collide with two police officers who seemingly appeared from out of thin air. Instantly aware of the situation, the cops wrestle the robber to the ground as the other store employees gather. The cops swiftly handcuff the robber and radio for backup. Jean smiles. Kylie looks back and forth between him and the scene that just unfolded. Did you make this happen? Jean. It was simply a little amplification of chaotic forces. Kylie. I thought chaos magic was dangerous. Jean. Chaotic magic is, but using orderly magic to create chaos, well, that's a different thing altogether. While we're on the topic, I have to ask, and forgive me, this is not the easiest conversation for a father to have with his daughter. You're getting to that age where, well... Dad, is this gonna get weird? Jean, you're getting to that age where your magic could be wildly increasing, at rates you can't control. Same goes for the magic around you. There could be bursts of potent magic, which could lead to uncontrolled chaos, and if you're not careful, you could get hurt. You'd tell me if you or any of your friends were dealing with anything dangerous, wouldn't you? Kylie hesitates a moment. Inside Lowell's bedroom at the Matthew house, Bridgette pulls down the blanket that Lowell had covering his setup where he's been digitizing the book. Don't touch my stuff! Bridgette. How are you always doing things you shouldn't be doing? Lowell. What do you think Mom and Dad would say about visiting a necromancer? Bridgette. That's not even a strange thing. Lowell. It tried to eat me. Bridgette. Are you gonna complain about that forever, or are you gonna help me find the source of our magic? Lowell grits his teeth as he lets the necromancer thing go to focus on the task at hand. What if it's coming from Grand-Mère? She's still getting her magic out. Bridgette. She wouldn't have told us to find it if that were the case. Lowell. Then it's gotta be coming from you, right? Bridgette. You're the one who had the glowy eyes. Something about that memory makes Lowell's heart sink as a wave of fear suddenly passes through him. Kylie saw that too, right? Bridgette. Your eyes were like headlights. Astronauts would have seen them. Lowell. Do you think she'll tell anyone? Bridgette. She's my best friend. I trust her to keep things in-house. Lowell. There's something I didn't tell you about my vision of Kylie's house. I saw her dad talking with some sort of hissing woman about how you were some sort of anomaly that needs to be dealt with. Bridgette. What? How? when the phones were going crazy. But that's not important right now. We gotta find out if we can trust Kylie. Bridgette, Kylie is on our side. Lowell, but if her dad isn't, how long do you think she can hold out? The conversation is cut off as Lowell's scanner starts up all on its own, startling the hell out of both of them. Back at the cell phone superstore, Kylie walks past some model phones when, out of nowhere, a display phone next to her rings with an incoming call. She doesn't think much of it at first until she sees the caller ID read, Bridgette. Kylie sees that the store employees are mostly on the other side of the space, dealing with the repercussions of the robbery. Jean is nowhere to be seen. She's not sure what's going on. Her only option is to answer it. Hello? Faint voices speak from the receiver. They sound distant, faded, as though she's listening in on a tapped line. Bridgette, Kylie is on our side. Lowell, but if her dad isn't, how long do you think she can hold out? In the background, Kylie hears the sound of Lowell's scanner revving up, startling Lowell and Bridgette into silence for a moment before resuming their conversation. I trust her with my life, so I think I can trust her with whatever's going on with you. Lowell, with us. If you can trust me, you can trust her. That's how much I mean it. Lowell, it's not her I'm worried about. It's her dad, and whatever shit he's up to. Kylie. Kylie jumps, caught off guard as Jean approaches with 2 cups of ice cream. Jean, everything all right? Oh, yeah, everything's fine. Jean, I get it. You don't want to talk to your dad about magic, but wild, unchecked power could undo everything our ancestors worked so hard to achieve. It can destroy the order and possibly much more. If it scares you, know that my only goal is keeping you safe. He hands Kylie her ice cream. It makes her reflect on everything she's recently experienced. Dad, I think there is something I need to talk to you about. Jean puts a fatherly hand on her shoulder as he leads her away. A hand that's passed over by a wave of dark energy. It makes his flesh look sickly, weathered to the point where the bones can be seen clearly through the skin, revealing his true inner self. While in the same moment, back in Lowell's bedroom, a panicked Bridgette stands over Lowell, who convulses on the floor in an inescapable, malevolent spell. To be continued.